With rumors of the Spyro HD remasters getting announced soon, the results can either have Spyro fans jumping with joy or sulking in disappointment. The original Spyro trilogy getting remastered in high-definition quality is a dream come true for long-running fans of Spyro the Dragon. But even though fans may be getting the HD remasters they've been wanting all these years, there will be no doubt game changes that some Spyro fans will not agree with. Here are the top 5 things Spyro fans would nitpick on when they see what the Spyro remasters are like. Stewart Copeland was the original music composer of the classic Spyro trilogy. The soundtracks he wrote for the games are memorable for Spyro fans who grew up playing the original games. You can say the soundtrack was what made Spyro games, well, Spyro. But since the 3 games will be remastered, the music itself will be remastered from the ground up as well. If Stewart Copeland doesn't return as music composer for the Spyro HD remasters, Spyro fans will be disappointed and complain that the game developers in charge of the remasters should have brought Stewart on board, or at least let him help out with the remixed soundtrack. However, chances are, if Stewart was assigned as a composer for the remasters, fans would still nitpick over how different the remastered soundtracks would sound like compared to how they sounded originally. Carlos Ellis-Rocky was Spyro's first voice actor in the first Spyro the Dragon game. Tom Kenny took over Carlos's voice role in Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage and Spyro Year of the Dragon. There are also other notable voice actors who voiced the characters in the originals, such as Greg Berger, who did the voice of Hunter the Cheetah and the tyrannical villain Ripto, Melissa Disney, who was the voice of Elora the Fawn, and Pamela Hayden, who did the voice of Bianca the Rabbit. Having someone else voice Spyro other than Carlos or Tom Kenny can easily irritate a Spyro fan who grew up playing the originals. The same can be said about other favorite characters if they don't share the original voice actors from the old Spyro games. To the majority of the classic Spyro fanbase, Spyro's original design in his old PlayStation days is the most preferred Spyro character design. The game developers will be running the risk of angering the Spyro fans by making changes to the original design for the high-definition upgrade in the remasters. Any change in Spyro's horns, eye color, snout, scale texture, or leg length can easily annoy a Spyro fan. Even if Spyro's design was an updated version of his old design, with the same pose and all but with different eye color, it would send Spyro fans into a flying rage. If the Spyro trilogy is getting remastered, the soundtrack will be remastered as well. Can't call a remastered game a remaster if its soundtrack isn't made from the ground up. Classic Spyro fans mostly prefer Stewart Copeland's work to remain untouched and would notice certain beats missing or taken out as the music is renewed for the HD remasters. As a result, fans would nitpick that their favorite part of the song is not menacing or whimsical enough to capture the same charm as the original soundtrack. High-definition visuals can take some time to get used to when the beloved game is remastered. Most classic Spyro fans would prefer the classic PlayStation 1 visuals if the high-definition quality of the remasters are too much for them. Or they could prefer the original animation the PlayStation Spyro games had, either because the originals displayed more emotion, or the animations were just dynamic the way they were. To be fair, there's a chance the remasters could make the character animations stiff and not express the vibrancy the originals had. In the end, we can't please everybody. The Spyro HD remasters would most likely please the classic Spyro fanbase, or turn them away entirely due to the smallest or largest of details. I guess we'll find out sooner or later. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Bristol Blazer out.